What is going on, guys? It is your boy, Chaos Pro,
And Chris.
and we are your Marvel Rival podcast hosts, the one and only number one podcast for Marvel Rivals. Today, Chris, we've got so much to cover, do we not?
Very, very many news.
Oh
Very
my
many.
God. If this is what the news is going to be like when this game comes out week by week, we're going to be
I'm
fine.
so happy.
We're
I
going to be
underestimate I
fine.
underestimated how many things one a day is.
I'm so happy that we put this podcast off one extra day. I was like, you're like, oh, let's do it today. I was like, actually, you know what? Why don't we wait one more day? But before we get into all of that, because there's so much to cover, and we're going to tell you ahead of time what we're basically covering. Chris, how's your week? What have you been up to, man?
I haven't been up to that much. Just
How,
working, just playing,
you've
just a
been
little
on
bit of
that
chilling.
you've been on that YouTube grind, I see,
I've been
man.
on the grind. I've
You've
been
been
on
on
that
the
grind.
grind. I'm so happy for you, man. You're starting to take off a little bit, and I know what the feeling's like. It's a great feeling, and I'm really excited for your mini success.
And you
Um,
too, you're putting up numbers right now.
I'm digging
It's
myself out
going
of a
up.
hole.
It's going up. It's going up though. It's going up.
I'm doing what you call a YouTube recovery. It's a long process, but I will be okay. But it is the holiday season, and I'm really excited because we are what 20 is it 26 days away now from Marvel Rivals?
Ooh, yeah, 26.
26 or 27? It's man, we are counting the days down, dude. I'm so excited.
It's so close. It's so insanely close.
Yeah. So for those real quick ahead of time, I am going to be doing. We're going to be doing the podcast next Sunday, and we're still releasing on normal schedule. Next Sunday, I'm going to be pretty much dead in the water. I'm going to Alaska for a winter vacation. Big news after that is done. I can't say
Big
for
news.
huge life-changing news after
Huge,
that.
insane news.
Huge news. I can't say as of right now what it is, but I will announce it on the next podcast. If my if my life is over or if it's just starting.
One or the other, you never know.
Yeah. So big questions will be answered next week.
Hmm.
But so today's podcast, we're gonna go ahead and get into it. We are gonna cover lots of things. So day by day, they've been announcing skins. They've been announcing characters, and they have been announcing the brand new Moon Knight. Chris, where do you want to start first?
Jeez. Oh, okay.
Why are you
First off,
laughing?
before any, I'm just happy.
I'm
Am
very
I
me
not allowed to
too.
be happy?
No, you're
Okay,
allowed.
he's. It makes me happy because he's like he looks strong, but they're not afraid to just make characters like fun looking. Like you can't tell me just putting a little like doodad down, shooting your little like moonerangs at it, and it kills everything isn't the most fun thing ever.
Yeah. Um, I gotta be honest. Some of the skins, day by day, I was like, okay, they started off really awesome. They finally give
Mhm.
us the confirmation on like MCU skins, right? So they started off with
That's huge.
they started off with a superior Spider-Man, superior Iron Man. I was like, this is awesome, great, that's fantastic. And then they dropped the Rocket MCU Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Mhm.
And I was like, yes, there is hope that we are going to get Captain America's
Oh,
ass, Chris
oh,
Evans,
wait,
dude.
it's coming. It's gonna be it.
They better drop it, dude, because I need it, okay? But day by day, they've been announcing new skins. And so then they dropped in Thor Love and Thunder, and I'm like, oh my God. I got to be honest, what was your take on the Groot?
The Gro- I
What's your
mean,
take? I
the
honest,
Groot. I think it's okay. I think it's good.
I do think it's gonna make Groot look muscular,
He's
jacked.
definitely way thicker than he
He
normally is, but
clearly he's
hey,
clearly been spending time in the greenhouse, just
yeah, he
getting
is.
getting jacked
He's been
like out of his
bulking.
yeah, he's been bulking for the winter. So they did announce pretty much 3 MCU skins, but then today, oh no, and then they announced the Magic skin.
Yeah, the Ice Queen or like
I
something. It was like
forget.
not Ice Queen. It was like something.
Empire or something. I forget. Yeah, but
Empress. Yeah.
Empress or something. Yeah, that one looked really cool. I actually can't wait to
Yeah,
see
that
her in
one.
white. That's gonna
That one
be
looks
solid.
insanely cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But every day they're like dropping a new skin, and so I was like, okay, like I hope they don't drop another MCU skin. No, they didn't just drop another skin. Tell him, Chris. Tell him. What did they drop on us?
wait, wait, I'm so confused.
Why?
You talking about Moon Knight?
Yes.
Okay, okay.
6
Because
a.m.
there's another very cool thing in the Moon Knight trailer that I'll say in a second. But
Okay.
Moon Knight himself, also they put the glorious Mr. Knight skin, which
Yes.
looks really good as well, like insanely good.
So I talked to you what at 2 a.m. right, and then I went
Yeah,
to bed.
it was like three. It was like 3 a.m.
It was like 3 a.m. I was like, hey, let's do the podcast later today. And you're like, okay. And then I was like, well, what time works for you? And then I was like, I don't know what it is, but I just feel like today is like just going to be a better day because it just will be. Thank God we waited one extra day.
I'm so happy we waited. Oh my gosh,
Dude, so good. He
it was such a
looks
good call.
so good. I love his
Oh,
costume.
his design.
Oh
I
my
also think his
God.
ult and literally everything about his character is like so nice. But like
Yeah.
his ult is so cool looking.
I,
Just
I gotta be honest. I've never been the most of a Moon Knight fan. I'm not like a crazy Moon
mhm.
Knight fan, and I will talk about Batman for a second because I am a absolute, like, as much as I love Captain America, I'm as much of a diehard for Batman, and the fact that he's got like all of the like real Batman vibes in a Marvel game is just check marking galore. I'm so juiced because realistically, like the fact that you can glide, you get the grapple hook,
Mhm.
you get just all of like the moon orangs, like the boomerang style
Yeah,
stuff.
the
I'm just
batarang.
Yeah, I'm just juiced. I mean, this character, not only does he look like I for once when a character is actually dropping, I'm actually extremely intrigued. I'm like, I actually really want to dig my teeth into this character.
Yeah, I've just been like rewatching his trailer, looking at his moves and just thinking like this character's gonna be good. I think.
I do think he is actually going to be a very harder character to really get good use out of to some
Yeah, I
degree.
think when people learn to like stay away from like the ank, which
Right.
is his ability where he puts it down and it like reflects off. I
I
think people are gonna learn to stay away from that, and it's gonna get a little harder, but
I thought that they
he's
were
good.
saying Unk in the trailer, and I was like, oh
Yeah.
no. If I want to use this character, I'm just getting Chris
Um,
is gonna
you're gonna
roast.
get it. You're gonna get
Yes,
it.
I knew it.
I'm gonna call you Moon Unk for
Moon Unk, I
the rest
swear.
of the time.
I like how you DM me too, and you're like, I'm maining him. I'm like, I called it. I called dibs already like hours ago. No, but
It's unfair.
he is definitely a character. I think he is one of those characters that definitely he definitely encaptures everything you want in a character for I
Hmm.
think all levels. And I will break it down like this. I think the better you are at aiming with a character like this, the far much higher value you're going to get with it. But if you aren't necessarily the best with your aim, his E ability really, and I mean really, makes up for it.
Yeah,
It's so
it's pretty
good.
funny.
It's so
I mean,
good.
he's gonna get like he's gonna be one of those like characters where like he like fulfills the hero fantasy like completely.
Yeah.
Like his
I
kit, he has everything Moon Knight should have.
Yeah, there's only one thing that I would have liked would be like smoke bombs. But that's it.
Smoke
Just smoke
bombs.
bombs and just teleport.
Yeah,
Boom.
that's not bad. That that's pretty good.
Ah, dude. It's just
Do you know what else I was thinking about?
what?
His range is further than I thought it'd be.
Oh, dude.
Like, does
I
that
was
make? Do you know what I mean?
no,
I
no,
did
no,
not
no.
expect him to be like that.
100%. He actually has impeccable long range, and it's not the way you think.
It,
So,
it's crazy.
yeah, you don't actually have to aim across the map at the player that you need to aim at. all you need to do is drop his like, his I'm just gonna call it like his totem. I'm just gonna call it a totem because it's the easiest thing I can think of. You
Mhm.
basically place the totem across the map and you just start shooting the totem. And they're moving, but you don't have to aim at them. You just aim at the totem and it just starts ricocheting and
Yeah,
it
like one of the parts in the trailer, I was like, okay, his range is pretty far when he's just shooting normally. But
right.
then there's like a character who's really far away
It's just
around the
aimbots.
corner, going downstairs, and he just you like this is the part that confused me. You can place that thing cross map,
Yeah.
like the I thought you would have to like stay in a range to put that thing somewhere. You can just throw it like
Right.
across the map, and it'll put it exactly where you want.
I see this character as being a genuine problem for only a couple of reasons. One, he is honestly kind of the first character that there's a lot of aimbot to him to some degree. Like, and I mean aimbot.
There is, yeah.
Aimbot is like, oh, someone goes around a corner, E, and then you just start shooting that. You're not safe around corners with him.
You're
And
not safe around corners and you're not safe next to people. That is one thing
yeah,
you always got to be careful of is like AoE attacks can get a little broken
dude,
every once
there's
in a
no
while,
way he
but
just doesn't get a nerf before launch. There's like
I think
no.
I think he probably will. His one thing I think is like
It's
when I
so
was
much.
watching it, it made my eyes like blow out of my skull like a cartoon. Is like when I saw him just shoot one person and it reflects to like 5 people. I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, that's crazy.
The hit marker detection sound is like watching a
It's gonna be
Punisher
like
on
Jets
aim.
healing.
Yes, yes, but on DPS, it's like
Yes.
watching someone with aimbot Punisher aim. But you're just aiming in the same
It's gonna
spot.
be satisfying though.
It's
gonna
good.
be
It's
satisfying.
I'm down. I'm just down to try it. I'm down to see if it's busted. I did want to bring up that so when it comes down to like actually like his skill cap, right? Like where he's actually at, I do think that getting the good amount of use with him is going to be where like certain players do certain things, because there's a lot in his kit that you kind of have to break down to some degree. Like there's gonna be the people that like they're gonna just want to just shoot, throw, E, right, and they're gonna get it. But mastering his totem, like his E, his unk or whatever it's called, mastering that. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just, whatever, man. Is okay. Like I said, I'm not.
Yeah.
Moon Knight is like, I'm such a Marvel encyclopedia when it comes to like information. He is really, him and Psylocke are really characters that I've never genuinely gone out of my way with to really, I know a little bit of Psylocke, like her brother's Captain Britain,
Yeah.
I know Mark Spector and like Jake Likely and like his other personality. Like I know he's a schizophrenic character, but I don't necessarily know a lot of his like utility. Like I just never really gone out of my way for a Moon Knight comic book. This is easily a character that if I actually do main him or in general really like him, I will 100% start filling up on Moon Knight comics without a doubt. I'll start collecting.
I do think he's a really cool character. I've liked him for a while.
I actually, truth be told, and so back to like I was saying about me being a Marvel encyclopedia. Do you know what his first appearance was in?
Oh my gosh.
If you guess this, I'll be
I don't-
impressed. But I do. I know. He was a side character, and it was a
I know he's a side
discontinued.
character.
It was a comic book that was discontinued very early on.
I'm trying to think of what it is. I knew this at one point. I don't
If
think
you
I
don't
remember
get this
now.
in 5 seconds, I'm giving you
No,
5
no,
seconds.
I don't remember. I don't remember.
Okay. So he originally showed up as a side character in Werewolf by Night. I believe it was issue 14 or it's issue 30 something. But he shows up in like as just a side character. And Werewolf by Night as a character, like comic book, because they were trying to do, Tales of Suspense and all these other like different style of comic books at that time to grasp different audience. They basically ended up just saying like this comic book's not doing good, and they scrapped it. He survived from that discontinued comic book, and he got his own, like, people really liked him, and so he got his own kind of direction. Like he was a character that was essentially reborn back in, like it's really, he's one of those survivor kind of characters during the, silver age of comics, golden age and bronze era. Like, so yeah,
Yeah.
I like how I said I don't know anything about him, and then I just dumped that fact.
And then his whole origin of
Yeah,
how he
yeah,
became a character.
yeah. It's funny though, but yeah, he was a part of a discontinued comic book line, Werewolf by Night. And he goes toe to toe with him, which is really cool. I actually almost purchased that comic book at one point because I like to collect first appearances.
Mhm. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm really juiced about this because in back to like his whole totem thing. Mastering that though is going to be really, really impressive. I can't wait to see what people are going to do. I mean, we saw some gameplay footage of, and I was talking to you about this. So the player puts the totem behind Magneto, and Magneto's holding his shield out, right? And you're like, oh, okay, no big deal, right? And then he just starts shooting behind, like hitting the totem, and the totem's just ricocheting, hitting the Magneto in the back, and then the Magneto's like, what do I do? What do I do?
Yeah.
He starts
I do
stuttering.
think like he's definitely going to be one of those characters where like it, once you start fighting people who can like move as a group or like adapt to what you're doing, it's going to be a
Right,
lot harder to get value from that thing.
right,
But he he just does a lot of damage, honestly.
yeah.
Like
It creeps.
his
It
damage
creeps
output is
fast.
yeah, his damage is a lot and it gets even more powerful the more people that are together.
Yeah,
So I think it's like he's gonna be one of those characters where he's gonna be hard to get value from that attack, but
right.
he's gonna be so strong with like poke. Because his far
Yeah,
away damage is almost as good as his up close, which is
right.
wild to me.
I do think that. So one thing that I noticed in some of the footage though is that his E ability, right?
Hmm.
You can shoot the person in it, and it just ricochets to the totem and then goes back to that person. And I'm like, dang, that as long as they're in that little circular realm, it's really good. Now, I actually I was talking to Kazuma and Surfer when we were watching it, and I brought up actually you as a good example. I was like, dude, I love his glide ability, and we were kind of saying it doesn't seem like it's probably going to be a very useful one because it doesn't seem like he can attack in it.
Hmm.
But I said, but Chris's analogy when using Scarlet Witch actually made me a lot more understanding of how to properly use a character. And you would tell me you need to fly up more. You need to fly up more and essentially, take the sky with her. And I never really thought about that. And I was like, I think Moon Knight's going to have that. He's going to benefit also to some degree. And I could be wrong, but you want to
Hmm.
fly up with him and just hover over your teammates and just, shoot what you can shoot. And I feel like that's really good. I mean,
Yeah,
whenever
because I
you,
think the more things you can do that are just different than
Mhm.
what a normal playstyle of a character would be, the stronger they usually tend to be. Like in terms of playstyle.
And so I'll use his E ability similar to like Scarlet Witch's stun bubble, right?
Hmm.
Anytime that you have a character where they can usually perform some form of like AoE effect or some type of, radius effect, it's always, always, always important to have high ground or to be in the sky because it gives
Yeah.
you completely better angles and better, choices, and it helps you with your aim too. A big thing with like using a rocket launcher in like Fortnite, Halo, or any like Call of Duty or
Yeah.
anything, you want to be at a high vantage because if you're ground versus ground, it's really hard to hit that center shot of where you need to hit, right? But when you take a
Hmm.
height advantage, it's so much more easier to point and shoot because it's an entirely different viewpoint of that advantage.
Yeah.
Sh-
And that makes
shooting
sense.
shooting that E ability is going to be so much more helpful and impactful because you're able to like, he's going to be walking over here. I'm just going to place it there and then just start shooting the totem and just creep shot it. What?
Yeah. Well, I'm just because that ability is just so
Yeah.
like I think people it's gonna it's like a scare tool if that makes sense. Like if it's gonna be really strong for like I don't think Moon Knight is like a dive character
No.
or like a character that should go right in their face immediately. But it's
Right.
like if you just put that thing near supports, they're gonna run away from it.
Yeah.
So like you could easily like scare somebody out, poke them out with that thing like so fast. I
Right.
think people once it comes out and people get to see it, I think it's going to be clear that thing is like, because I don't think you can break it, right? You can't break it.
Oh no, you can. That's actually one thing I was about to
Can
bring
you
up.
break it?
Yeah, you can shoot it. It has health.
Oh,
I looked at it. There's
okay.
health on it. So
Okay, no, wait. That changes that completely because you know why?
can I
I
can
was
I
wondering about
can I
I was
interrupt you real
wondering.
quick? I have the funniest thing I need to say.
Yeah, go for
Okay,
it.
okay. So with that thing, with players already never shooting lamps, squids, any form of Loki, like, you know, statues, like all of those, like no one shoots the penny, like the penny trap, right? No one shoots the mobs. People already don't, like, when they're new to the game, they already don't shoot those things. And those people are gonna be like, this game, like, Moon Knight's so broken. And I'm gonna be like, bro, just shoot the totem, please.
Yeah, that's gonna be bad. That is gonna be bad.
Please, for the
But
love of God, shoot that totem as fast as it
but
comes
what I was
down.
saying, that changes it a little bit. I think you can still scare him with it, but you know what that might be. This is sounds awful. But you
What?
know what? I think I might. This is the Chris technique.
Okay.
I
Lay it
think
on
I'm
us.
just gonna place it right on my face and just shoot at it so I can aimbot the people in front of me.
I do want to know if you can put it on a cart.
Okay, I thought about this when I was watching it. Can you put it on walls?
I don't I don't think so.
I don't think you can, right?
I don't think it has that type of effect. I mean,
Like
it's
I
gonna
didn't see them put it on walls. I wasn't sure if you could.
that's a good question.
Because if you can put it on like a roof and then you just like he just aims straight up and it just hits the people from above and be kind of goofy.
Yeah,
But
that'll be some next level. Chris is gonna have to go into
okay, I
customs
am
and
really
test.
happy that you can break it though, because that
Yeah,
makes him a lot weaker. Yeah,
it
that's good.
it does break pretty fast too, from what I've noticed. I think it's only like, I think maybe 100 health or 50 health. It's
That's
not
good.
much. It
That's
breaks fast
good.
from what at least I'm
That is
seeing.
good.
Because I did see a health bar on it. It's just
Yeah.
you know, we're talking about like people are, they haven't even gotten to play the game yet, right? So like you see a
Yeah,
character
yeah.
like this and you're like, this is ridiculous, and then you're like, it's not actually that bad, you just need to shoot the totem. But I do gotta say, so you know how it ricochets, if that
Mhm.
has pierce, if it goes through teammates, that's a whole nother perspective. I just remember watching the trailer, and I normally am like, I'm normally like, my reactions are pretty explosive. They're like, oh my god. I paused it and my eyes, I was like, what did I just watch? The fact that like on the IGN video, she's
Mhm.
basically like, she attaches it to that cave wall on the second choke point going into the third choke point on the Loki payload,
Yeah.
and shoots it and then kills like the rocket and like the other support or whatever was behind there, right? Like she kills like both of them with that, and they're not even on the screen. And my eyes just widen. I'm like, what did I just witness? Like,
Yeah, he is like
that is
I had to
strong.
rewatch his like gameplay thing like 5 times to make sure I was really seeing what I was seeing, because I was like, his kit is so crazy.
It's just, he's just like,
I will
what
say
is...
one thing I'm really happy they gave him is like some movement.
Yeah, I just
He has
like
some good movement.
I just like flying
I
around,
know he
dude.
just flies, little crescent
Dude,
soars away,
okay,
but
I in my reaction video, I straight up, the like, not even 15 seconds into the IGN video, I had to roast him a little bit. I was like, she's like, oh, so he has this really cool bounce ability, and then he jumps up and just bonks his head on the ceiling of the first door.
yeah,
And I'm like, did he just bonk his head? It's like,
it was pretty goofy.
it was pretty funny. I was like, that's so funny. He's got some hops though, dude.
He does.
But the grapple
He's
hook,
pretty.
awesome,
The
man.
grapple hook is I don't know if this makes sense. The grapple hook is so grapple hooky, like I don't know how to.
Chris,
I
what
don't know.
in the hell does that mean?
I don't know how to like. I don't
That's
know how
the
to
most.
explain it right.
That's
but,
the
like,
most Chris comment I've ever.
But like when you use a
heard.
grapple hook on Moon Knight, you're like, yeah, I'm using a grapple hook on Moon Knight, kind of thing. Like I feel like you know what I mean?
I just want to see, like, genuinely, I want to see content creators, like funny skit content creators. I want
Yeah.
to see them make funny, like, memes of like him just grapple hooking into funny areas and just being like, I'm going to go in. Have you heard his voice lines?
For Moon Knight, yeah, they're pretty good.
They're pretty good. And he's like talking about like,
He's so emo.
yeah, he
I
is.
love it.
He's
Coming from
got
a Reaper main, yeah, that guy, he's right up my alley.
he's got one that's like it's like my fists need to like I don't know, something like
Yeah.
rise up or something. Like I don't know, he's
Yeah.
like I need the I need my fists to wake up. What does that mean?
He needs his fist to wake up. He needs to punch somebody. He needs
Oh
to.
god, I do like his
needs to get ready.
batons. That's actually a
Those
really
are cool. Those
So
are really cool.
I think actually one thing I forgot to mention very early on is that do you know what he actually kind of reminds me of? He reminds me of like a DPS Doctor Strange when he shoots.
His projectile's a little similar. I
Yeah.
think the only thing that's different is Strange shoots his in like a weird spiral,
Right.
but
They just
Moon
seem
Knights are like
they seem the
so
same. They seem like similar. If you can play Strange or
yeah.
Storm, I feel like he's gonna come pretty good.
Yeah, I'm coming from somebody who's always been good with projectiles more than like hit scan. Looking at him, he's like a dream come true because he's just like you get so much value from landing shots. Right. The fact that they just ricochet.
I do want to note if you can do hit scan really well, projectiles only come easier because you're able to just track where you want to be tracking. Like I said before, I've always been like a sniper on most of the games that I've ever played. So like when you have a good, like really good understanding of leading those shots, like it only comes easier. But I think that like with him, if you're really good at shooting projectiles or tracking your projectiles, like really leading across ahead of time, you're going to get so much value out of him. So much good value. Okay, let's talk about his ult. What do you think of his ult?
His ult, I think, is because I don't know if you were thinking the same thing when you watched it. He gets ult fast.
Okay, thank God that you said that. Yes.
He gets ult like, you know what it reminds me of? Do you remember Bucky from that one play test when everyone was showing gameplay and he got ult like every fight?
Yeah.
Like Bucky was getting ult. That's how Moon Knight felt in the trailer. Like he would hit a group of 3 and get like 25%.
I do think that I don't think it's an insanely great ult, but I think that that's a good trade-off. He gets it more often.
He gets it fast, but it's like
but it doesn't necessarily it does kill, but I think you can miss with it. Like
it does good damage, but I think when you're looking at it, it has a pretty small radius.
It's
like
small,
for ults,
it's fast. It doesn't last long.
And one thing is like I'm going to assume once you're out of like the ring, it doesn't do damage.
I feel like
and the hitbox is pretty small, and I feel like if someone's right in the middle, you'll probably die. But I mean, like if you're able to get out, you'll probably live.
It's very similar.
Probably not hard to get out of.
It feels looks very similar to Namor's. Like Namor's.
Yeah, that's like, how I was thinking of it.
Yeah, I feel like because I've always said this, like Namor's ult is a good ult, but it doesn't always feel like it's really, 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 really easy to miss an ult and get crazy good value with Namor. Like, but at the same time, Namor gets his ult very fast. So like, even though it does good damage, you can still, miss with it. You still get it much faster than other players get their ults based on how his kit is, which I think is cool. I think that Moon Knight he's really more about his damage as a character than about being about his ult. And that he used his ult and he was already like at 20%.
Yeah,
missing half the. Yeah, he's at 20%.
That's what I was thinking when I was watching. I was like, he gets it so quick.
He gets it so quick, and yet he's missing half of his shots still. And it's still like it builds. It's just every time you hit a dink. I know with like Doctor Strange, it's like you'll hit a shot and he shoots so slow. And like sometimes it takes like 1 or 2 shots for you to get that like 1 or 2 good solid percentage. Him, it's just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20. It's just like, okay, wait, time out. Wait. Moon Knight is just like it's creeping up so fast, but it also doesn't feel like it's not like this is not a game-changing ult.
His ult is not like I think where his ult is going to be really good is overtime.
I think
if
it's
I'm being honest.
over time. It's 100% an ult that you're gonna just need to work with your team to get the highest value for.
Yeah.
I do think it's gonna be one of those ults that people are gonna tend to panic ult with a lot of the time. Panic ulting's
Yeah.
gonna he's
Yeah,
a
I
panic
think so.
ulter, but I think if he's one of those ults, like it's similar to like McCree, right? Like, McCree,
Mhm.
you're never really gonna get like 6 kills with a McCree,
Yeah,
ult, right?
yeah.
But getting 1 or 2 picks with a McCree ult can be very beneficial, right? Like not getting too greedy with it is completely okay. Like if you're
Yeah, and I
able to,
think his ult too is one nice thing about it. Anyone's ult where you can use it and it summons the ult and there's no end lag is good because even if it doesn't fully kill him with just the ult, you can shoot while the ult's happening and probably kill him.
one thing I liked was when the ult was going off and he just flies through it. That was so epic, dude.
I love it. I
That's
love
so
it so
good.
much.
Yeah. Okay. So, well, I want to address the big elephant in the room. Did you see what IGN? Did you see what IGN kind of showed us in this play overview?
we we got the little Hawkeye picture.
Dude, I
We got a little Hawkeye.
I jumped out of my seat and I was like, "Wait, that's Hawkeye! What? What?" It for a second. For those that don't know, in the IGN video, on the death report, there's a small little Hawkeye emblem, and it's being used by I think one of the people in that play test or whatever. And there's a little picture of Hawkeye. So and everyone's talking about it. It's everywhere right now. Everyone's kind of like addressing it, and they did it. It's funny because they did on Psylocke, they showed Moon Knight on accident in the background, and in this one they showed they showed they showed Hawkeye. I don't know anything other than the fact that he's just a character. Obviously as of now.
Yeah, I mean, all you see is just him in the kill feed, but I mean,
Yeah,
that is the fact that he exists is
it could
crazy.
we could be wrong. It could be it kind of did look a little like Punisher, like a different Punisher skin, but
Yeah, to
it
be
does.
fair, he
Yeah,
looked pretty different.
he looked different. So I'm guesstimating it's everyone's saying it's Hawkeye. It's not absolutely
Yeah.
confirmed, but we
Yeah, it's
just
not
see.
definitely not confirmed, but I mean, that's just what we're thinking. So,
But yeah, I do kind of hope to see. That would be cool. I wonder how he would play out. But overall, okay, what is your opinion about Moon Knight? Where are you scaling him? What's your tier? Where you off raw just footage? What do you think?
I think he's definitely gonna be a little cheesy. He's kind of just a cheesy character, but I think the I think he's gonna be like an absolute pub stomper. If I'm being
Really?
honest, yes. Like if you don't know how to fight against him, and you just get hit with a bunch of things that are aimbotting onto you, it's gonna you're gonna be
I
like, why am I dying so much?
I put
But I
him
think the
in.
higher you go up, he's gonna get like kind of worse, but still good probably.
I put him in the Punisher and Hela category, where like if you just want to slay out and people don't know how to fight against you, it's just like you just
Yeah,
slap him
that
down.
exactly. That's what I'm saying. I
Yeah.
think like you're definitely gonna be killing things if you're playing him. So
Okay, so who do
he's,
you
I mean, he's good. He's
what
got to
do
be
you
good.
see do you see anyone in particular, do you see anything like a flaw, like something that would counter him?
Something that would counter him. This is gonna sound kind of funny. I think um Scarlet Witch counters him completely
Really?
in almost every single way.
How so?
He has. There's one thing that could help him, and it's that he has a. It helps him a little bit, but also hurts him. The fact that he has a glide, but it's like
Oh,
a.
it's kind of slow.
It's slow, and this is like characters where they have like a movement things where there's an animation, but they're not. They don't get iframes.
Right.
Scarlet Witch like abuses that like crazy, and
That's
so will
true.
characters like Punisher and like Hela.
Yeah.
Like the
I
fact that he during his grapple hook, if you're grappling far away, he is not invincible, and he also can't shoot during it.
True. I do think you're probably
So
really correct on
he
that. I've
has a lot of end lag on his
Yeah.
movement abilities, but his damage uptime is like up, like it's really up. So you gotta like wait till he moves like uses a movement ability, then he's gotta just like a little bit of fish out of water for like a couple seconds.
I think he's probably going to suffer probably the same thing as what Punisher suffers from. Really
Hmm.
good damage, just probably lack of solid mobility. I mean, he seems like he has better mobility, obviously, than Punisher, but it's no like Iron Man, Star Lord, Jeff
Hmm.
kind of mobility to like just kind of not maybe not Jeff, but just
Yeah.
there's a lot of characters that have like insane mobility that just like you can snap a finger, you're out of the situation. He does kind of feel like his thing is more like he needs to take high ground and maintain the high ground over someone. Like he probably can get up to high ground easy, but like
Yeah.
Scarlet Witch is someone that she'll just keep hunting you down. Like she has no problem getting
Yeah,
you
like
around
I
anywhere.
think and when I say like Scarlet Witch counters him, I mean anybody who can like do consistent damage to somebody who's like moving slow or has an end lag animation.
Plus,
Like
plus he has
Punisher is going to
he
be crazy against Moon Knight, I think.
plus he has no like yeah, I would agree with that. Plus he has like no real way of getting armor. Like a lot of characters have like
Hmm.
they'll get a little
Yeah.
they'll siphon a little health, like based on their attacks. He doesn't have that. But did you notice he had 275 health?
I did notice that. I think
That's weird because
it's a lot,
yeah, it's 25
but I
more
think
than
it's fair.
yeah, there's so a lot of and I think the reason that is that most characters in the game have 250 health. Punisher has 300 because he got a bulletproof vest. And then, but every character has 250. He has 275. But if he has no iframes, essentially, we don't know. But if he doesn't have
Yeah, see,
iframes,
I think
if
they're
he
compensating for what I was talking about, where
yeah,
like
if he doesn't
the
have
end lag and no iframes. So
yeah, if he has no way of getting like health back, then yeah, that makes sense to give him something of that. Like, I would be okay with that. But I just thought that was very unique. It's like one of the few characters that just happen to just not have like 250. It's just like an extra 275. It's like, oh, okay, like
yeah,
give
and
him
I think that's really good actually, because it's like I like that not every DPS has to have like the like DPS HP, if that makes sense. Like
yeah,
I think like it's fair having Punisher having that much health because he has like pretty much no movement besides his like sling wire thing. So it's like it's fair. And then like Scarlet Witch, she has like insane mobility, so like give her less HP, obviously.
Do you think that they should continue? If you were, okay, I mean, just side note on Scarlet. I've been wanting to ask you for this for a while. Do you think it'd be better if they got rid of her second phase and just made her first phase like maybe longer or faster?
I think that would make her awful.
Really?
Uh
Or more awful than she is now?
yeah, more awful. There's and it's for a good reason. It would remove some of her key combos that you could do at the moment.
That's
Like
fair.
like one thing that would make it really hard to do is like one really long fade is worse than having two shorter ones, mainly because like what if you don't need to have a fade that long? If that
Right.
makes sense, like you only need 1 second of fade,
Right.
but you use your longer fade, and now you just have no fades.
Um. So yeah, I know I get that. Actually, real quick, two more things I want to actually address. Did you see the extra skin that you're getting from Moon Knight, Mister Knight?
Mr. Knight, yes, it looks
Does
really
that
good.
not scream Victorian?
It does a little bit.
It's
It
100%.
does.
It screams literally just the suit. Like,
It screams him, but I'm yoinking it, and it's mine. So
it's, um,
so he can fight for it.
it's pretty funny though because everyone was like, "Oh, he doesn't have a cape." I'm like, "No, actually, he does. It's there. It's just it's blended in with the background. He's got a
Yeah,
suit and cape, dude.
it's pretty funny.
It's pretty funny. He looks classy though, dude.
He looks
Um,
cool. I think they actually did really well in his design for his
if
skin and his normal one.
if you look at his batons, like his billy clubs,
Yeah,
they actually the handles look like Star Wars. Star Wars like
they
lightsaber
do.
handles.
Yeah, they do.
I was like, bro, he's got Star Wars lightsabers, bro. And then Surfer was like, I don't know about that. And then because he goes, nah, bro, those are Anakin's.
No, those are Anakin's.
Those are
Yeah, those
Anakin's.
things.
He's got the high
I
ground
was also
now.
thinking that when I saw him, I was like, those are
It
some
looked great, dude. I have no
cool looking
complaints.
batons.
Yeah, I do like his the way he like
He
kind of
like clobbers them. He
yeah,
like
it looks like
swings. He's like drunk swinging them.
it
I
looks
don't
like
know why.
it looks like he's like a drummer on another level. Just boom 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 boom. It's just like
I
he
like that though.
I
I like how he's kind of goofy.
it's
He's
funny how
goofy with it.
slow he kind of hits though to balance out the game. He's so slow. It's like when he's like beating up on people. I think that's a very cool, unique melee though. I do like that.
Yeah.
What another thing that I thought was pretty interesting was that when when they're announcing more skins, from what I've noticed is every single week or every single day they've been announcing, there's been like 33 days of announcements or whatever. I think they're
Mhm.
going to announce one new skin on top of, I mean, cuz today we got Moon Knight, obviously the reveal, and a skin showing
Yeah.
for him today. I think this is awesome. What are they going to release for Scarlet Witch? I'm doing this for
Okay.
you. I'm doing this for you.
I'm so happy you asked. One thing I'm kind of hoping for is the MCU outfit.
You want
That
you want some what's her name? What's the actor's name?
it's something, isn't it? It's something
Olsen,
Olsen.
Emily Olsen.
I'm gonna need some of that.
Or is it Elson
I
Olsen?
that
Or Emily,
skin.
yeah.
I don't remember, but I just know that would look really cool. I think in the art style of Rivals, because like
Yeah.
Thor's outfit for Love and Thunder, I did not really like it that much. I'll be honest, but in the Rivals art style,
It's
better.
fitting. It's very
Like it's
fitting.
way better. It's way better in the art style of Rivals.
If
So I think
we
like
if
with
we
the skin
don't
I do like, it'll look clean.
if we don't get Lazy Boy Thor, I'm
Oh,
quitting
they're
the
gonna
game.
do it.
I'm
They're
quitting
gonna
the
do
game.
it.
Dude, can you imagine a big thick boy Thor running around with a wife beater shirt on and like
No,
a
the
like
fact that they
the
they
the
did the
the
MCU
cloak.
things, they're
It's
definitely gonna add it. No way they
dude,
don't.
that is such a big, like, everyone will buy that. You don't even if you don't even have to play Thor, you'll buy it because you'll want it. The sunglasses, like the what is it? The Lebowski style, like
Yeah.
Thor. That'd be so good. That needs to be there. And then I would say if anything, I'm gonna go on a whim here and say if let's see here. If they do Captain America, it's either gonna be a Chris Evans skin or like retro 1950s 1940s style. That would be
Mhm.
cool. Like Golden Age, that would be cool. But yeah, man, I don't know. I think that's kind of it for today, though, man. I mean, do you have anything else? I'm just so excited about this.
That's pretty much it. I will say, I said it earlier. I am underestimating how much one a day is.
Yeah, I mean that's
One
7
a
a week.
day is, yeah, it's a lot. Like it feels. I don't know if you know what I mean by this. It feels like when we first started, when there was like way more things happening because of like the alpha and like the beta.
Right.
When now that they've started talking about everything more, it feels so much like it feels like it's like happening. Like it's so much closer now.
Yeah, I mean 26ish something days away, dude.
That's so
Like
close.
it is so close, and yet it feels like a lifetime away. So this is gonna be. I did you request work off? I'm requesting work off for like at least a couple days when the game comes out.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm clear so that I can get on that grind.
I'm gonna clearly like I'm gonna go. I think I will start to play rank. I do want to not. I do want to get up pretty high, pretty fast, so that I don't have to necessarily worry about, early player, early player matchmaking. I want to be able to play with people that kind of are getting a grasp of what I know that if I don't play, I'm going to be probably pretty miserable because I'm going to get, you can drown in that matchmaking pretty fast when it comes to hero shooters. Like, because there's a
Yeah.
lot of newer people and then they're going to still like, they're trying to fill out what character they even want to play. So I think I might try to do rank with y'all and stuff like that. And
Hmm.
but for the most part, I'm gonna just be. I have like 18,000 friends that just want to play. I woke up today to like 1,000 messages. Oh, did you see Moon Knight? Did you see Moon Knight? I was like, yeah, dude, like it's so sick. And I'm just like, not really. I'm like, no, I'm just waking up. What am I watching here? So they just keep dropping
Yeah.
more and more for us. So, well, Chris, I think that is probably gonna wrap it up for this episode.
Oh, wait, before we leave,
Oh
look,
yeah,
I want everyone to look at your sweater.
ugly sweater, baby. You like that?
Isn't it beautiful?
It's
It's so
the
beautiful.
it's my winter ugly sweater. My winter ugly sweater. I went out of my way and bought this, by the way, I think last year. Because we always
Yeah.
do ugly sweaters every Christmas. We always have our ugly sweater party. That's our thing. You're gonna have to fly out and you're gonna have to come and show me your ugly sweater because we get down on
I'll show up in my scarlet sweater. Don't worry. I got you.
that sounds great. You know what I got my girlfriend last year. I got her the elf one. You know, and it's got just a big picture of
Yeah.
no, sorry, that was 2 years ago. I got her elf. Last year, I actually got her the Hogwarts Gryffindor
Oh, even better.
ugly sweater one. Yeah. Are you a Harry Potter fan?
Yeah.
What
Of
is your
course.
house? What is your house?
Nah, I'm Gryffindor.
You're Gryffindor? I would have taken you for a Hufflepuff.
I mean, I'm either Slytherin because snakes are awesome, or Gryffindor because Gryffindor's awesome.
I took a test. And I was Gryffindor. But when I first made an account, it just like I didn't even get to take a test. It just automatically assigned like Ravenclaw. I was like,
Ravenclaw?
yeah, I was like, who the is Ravenclaw?
No, you are not. No, you are not a Ravenclaw.
Oh,
That thing is-
I'm so Gryffindor. Actually, I got something. I didn't even show you the other day. He's loyal, dude. Look at this. What do you know about the Gryffindor
Oh, it's so
sword,
beautiful.
dude?
It's so
Are
beautiful.
you jealous? Look at that.
A little bit. I can't even lie. I'm a little jealous.
Look at that, dude. Your boy's a collector, dude. I got everything. I just pull a random like Gryffindor sword out of like a magical hat. But all right, well, Chris, I think that is it for today's episode. You have anything else?
No, I'm happy with any of there. I'm honestly just like, I'm kind of just cheesing a little bit. I'm so happy
Cheesing?
from just all there's so many things now. It's making me so happy.
Well, I gotta be honest, man. It's gonna be a grind of content nonstop from the both of us. Again,
Yeah.
congrats, man. You're on that algorithm. People are loving your content as per usual. You have a really good knack for humorous content. You know how to find the funny in situations. On top of top tier gameplay. It's not every day you get funny and good in the same sentence. So, with that being said, guys, we are going to wrap today's episode up. Don't forget to subscribe to Skinny Lad Chris, the co-host of the Marvel Rivals podcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. And we will be seeing you guys next Monday with massive more fun news, more skins to talk about, maybe some more characters.
Many more skins. At least
Many more.
At least 7. At least 7.
At least 7, and hopefully we get some more reveals. That'd be great. We got a week of stuff to stock up on, so I'm juiced.
I'm so juiced up. I'm ready.
Alrighty, guys. Well, we'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.